Hello everyone and welcome to the Crown Royal Truck Series Advent Health Duels here at Daytona. 21 drivers in this one and 21 drivers in duel number 2, meaning no drivers will go home for the first time since Season 1 in the Crown Royal Truck Series season opener. Of course, with the whole season being 40 driver fields, Daytona has to be special in every division. 40 drivers make it in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, 42 make it in the trucks, and 42 will make it in the Cup, as Cup will also have 40 car fields. Anderson Reed, fastest on pole day. He starts on pole for the Crown Royal 300. Alongside him is Irving Allison, who qualified himself third fastest, but for 20 other drivers in this grid other than Anderson Reed, they don't know where they're starting. Reed just has to make sure he doesn't blow an engine and he doesn't crash the truck, and he's on the pole for the CR300. The rest of the field's trying to fight their way through, including 3 drivers at the back who had either an engine, mechanical, or a crash issue in qualifying. Luke Rainey starting last in 21st for the ASIN number 71. He had a mechanical failure on his opening lap. It took him out of speed. He brought it down pit road. They diagnosed the problem. They got him out here for the duels, but he starts in last. In the 27, Cody Goforth, who's now driving for North Border Motorsports full-time after leaving Rockstar Energy Racing mid-off season. He had a engine failure right off the bat on track. Came out on track, the engine blew up, brought it back down pit road. It was a big explosion from the engine, smoke pouring everywhere. Got lucky that Cody got out of it. The team got a new engine in the car repaired for that. And Jay Jefferson crashed on his opening lap by clipping the apron, so he is in a backup truck, but starting 20th today, he's going to work his way through the field in that number 48. Other drivers, including Jacob Edson, Eric Monaco, they were just slow in qualifying, but there you go. You can see the whole 21-car field, all the brand new paint schemes out for this season here in the Crown Royal Truck Series. It's going to be 2 20-lap duels to decide the 42-car field. We already have the 42-car field of who's going to be racing into the show, but where will they start? Let's go ahead down trackside for the commands to fire the engines here at Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines.
With that, the engines are fired. 21 drivers rolling off for 20 laps. Anderson Reed starts on pole for Angiato in the number 41. Alongside him, Irving Allison in the number 82. Behind them is a new face in the series, Roger Ray in the 84. Not a rookie this season due to running too many races in the past years. He's ran 11 races in his Crown Royal Truck Series career. The limit before you can enter your Rookie of the Year campaign is 10. Casey Mears in the 90 on his outside. Great qualifying run for Kamikaze Motorsports. Row number 3 is the 77 of Austin Johnson, returning to Monster Motorsports, and alongside him, Maxwell Fye moving over to the 01. Row number 4 is Sauber Racing Team's new driver, Sebastian Kukalong, and Jose Perez returns to Gatlin Downey Incorporated. Row number 5 sees Matthew Eves, a previous Talladega winner. He rolls off alongside the number 1, his own driver, Archibald Buttersworth, in the R&D car for Shade Burkhardt Racing. Row number 6, Matthew Brown, another driver who is not eligible for the Rookie of the Year campaign. He tried to do it last season before he was fired from Smart Motorsports. And alongside him, Eli Bright returning in the 8. Scott Roush for Dytex number 29, part-time entry in the Advent Health 45. Alex Peters returns to that seat. Gatlin Downey will be driving the 94 for this weekend, a couple more weekends in the season as well. Many other drivers taking part of the 95 car. Dylan Young in the 25 in a one-off appearance currently for Kamikaze Motorsports. Eric Monaco goes full-time in the 72 for Smart Motorsports. Simtech Racing Incorporated, brand new team with Jacob Edson. And the 3 drivers who have to go to the back for those issues in qualifying, Cody Goforth, Jay Jefferson, and Luke Rainey round out the field. Coming down to take the green flag. It's a 20-lap event here. The winner will start third for the show. Anderson Reed leads us down, and he is away in that number 41. Jumps out into the race lead over teammate Roger Ray behind him. Irving Allison and Austin Johnson getting up there as well on the backs of those guys. Down into turn 1, Anderson Reed right now pulls into the lead. Here comes Roger Ray in the 84. He's going to move himself into second. Already a couple packs have formed as they come off the corner, but they'll merge back together coming down the back straightaway. We'll go to the wider ankle cam down the back. See Gatlin Downey, Eli Bright making a move. Now Roger Ray is going to leave Anderson Reed. He wants to go out there, see how this truck performs in the race lead. Austin Johnson pulling up behind him. Jose Perez there as well. Anderson Reed's going to drop back in that number 41 on the outside. Roger Ray in the 84 now comes off the corner. He's going to lead the. He's going to come down, try to lead lap 1. Austin Johnson all over the back of him as they come through the tri-oval, but it will be Roger Ray for Anj Auto in that 84. He leads lap number 1. Johnson's going to leave that inside line open. Hopefully he doesn't lose the spot to Jose Perez as he's going to try to go down and slam the door again. Not going to happen. Perez got a nose down there. There is that 01 of Maxwell Fye. He's up here inside the top 10. Matthew Brown for Butcher Gatorade Motorsports making his move as well. The driver everyone's scared of, if he gets into the race lead, it could be dominant. Jay Jefferson in this 48 truck, one of the best in the grid, and the absolute minimum to run up front here at Daytona is equipment and skill. Jefferson has both. He's now already passed a few drivers. He's inside the top 15 as they come rushing off of turn number 4. Roger Ray in the race lead trying to hang on over Jose Perez. Now you got this the Butcher Gatorade Motorsports duo now in Toyotas of Maxwell Fye and Matthew Brown down there on the bottom. They're working their way towards the front as well. Those two Toyotas working with Shade Burkhart Racing. And Jose Perez is going to get the run to the inside of Roger Ray. It looks like maybe Irving Allison might have got a piece of the wall back there. Alex Benyako had a piece of the wall in the clash, and that cost him dearly in the clash. He fell back very far behind the field. Now, Maxwell Fye, Matthew Brown working that inside line. Will they stick together is the question. Yes, they will, as Jose Perez in that 35 car sits out in front. Eli Bright up here, and look at Jay Jefferson already. This is going to be the move for the top 10 position right now. 3 laps in, he went from 20th to 10th already here at Daytona. Jacob Edson, Scott Roush, Alex Peters, Archibald Buttersworth trying to hang on to the back of that pack as Jefferson moves to the inside of Matthew Eves. Eves is going to be able to guard that position as he goes back right in front of that 48 truck. Gatlin Downey's number 35 of Jose Perez out in front. Perez has basically driven in this truck for 3 seasons. He was the reason that Gatlin Downey Incorporated is such a strong and competitive team now. Perez has won a single race each season, has not made the chase off of it. Of course, in season number 2, he did not win until the final race, the finale at Kansas. However, he could have been a championship contender had he made a race at Sonoma. And last season, he won Las Vegas, the second race of the season, lost out on the wild card slot, sadly. Maxwell Fye now alongside Roger Ray. Eli Bright's got himself into the mix as they are 3x3 behind. Now you got Jefferson on the inside. You got Kukalon trying to work that middle line with Downey and Eves. It looks like Seb's going to go down to the inside line, and that's where he's going to go to try to make the move on the 19 as this pack of trucks is racing hard. Anderson Reed back there in the 41. He does not want to crash this truck. He just wants to ride around, doesn't need to win this race, and I'm sure team boss Peter Onjak is telling him he doesn't need to go up there try to crash this truck because he is on the pole no matter what. Jay Jefferson up front, though. He's going to leave Eli Bright. Here comes Jefferson with help from Sebastian Kukalon. This is Jay already up to second, 5 laps into the event, and he is about to take the lead away from Jose Perez if he can get the run coming off of the corner. Another guy, 2 other drivers coming from the back. Look at Cody Goforth and Eric Monaco, the 2 GMCs on the inside line. Jefferson is going to lead that lap, and here comes Jay right to the race lead here in that 48 truck, going to clear Jose Perez. Matthew Brown might have got a piece of the wall further back there, but there goes Jefferson. Kukalon, Bright, and Goforth now your top 4. Eric Monaco in the 72 moving his way inside the top 5. Dylan Young in the 25 as well, picking up some spots. Now can Kukalon try to find a way past Jefferson down the back? He is right on the back bumper of him. As you see the field now, top 5 single filed out, heading in to turn number 2. And as we said, this race really doesn't mean all too much. The charter trucks are in because they have charters, and the open trucks that we would be watching during this race, like Cody Goforth, Eric Monaco, Dylan Young, and others, don't have anything to worry about. Again, only 42 entries in the field. That means everyone makes the show. So as you see now up front, they're starting to just get single filed out. Eli Bright, though, is going to try to get up there and help teammate Jay Jefferson, team boss Jay Jefferson, really, get up there and into the race lead as they go side by side, Bright and Kukalon for that second position. Goforth now on the inside line trying to push Bright past Kukalon. Monaco goes up the track. There is Dylan Young in the 25, and it looks like a second pack might be forming near the back. This front group has spread out now as Matthew Brown, Anderson Reed, Archibald Buttersworth, Scott Roush, and the 32 of Jacob Edson all at the back of this one, possibly falling their way off of the front pack. One thing to note about Anderson Reed, last season here at Daytona, again, the truck was much less powerful than it was, as Angiato really worked on this 4th entry last season. It's now one of the top cars at Angiato, but Reed did finish the race outside of the top 40. I believe he almost finished last. It was either him or Zachary Fitzwater Sr. who finished last in the Crown Royal 300 last season. So Reed really showing his potential, getting the pole this year, and trying to go on and win the Crown Royal 300 this year as well. Right now, though, just outside the top 5. Maybe that is the plan now, since he was held up by Matthew Brown. Just ride at the back. Don't have to tear that truck up. Watch out for crashes. Make sure you don't blow the engine or have a mechanical failure in the truck. Back up front, Eli Bright, Sebastian Kukulon trying everything they can to get around Jefferson. Kukulon, though, is going to try to make a move and pass Eli Bright side by side for the second position, as we are 8 of 20, 9 of 20 now on to lap 9 as they come on around. Brown and Reed have caught back up, but it looks like Roush, Buttersworth, and the 32 of Edson have fallen off. Jacob Edson, he's a Clash winner from 2 years ago for GoDaddy Motorsports. He went on to win that Clash, but this year, not in the equipment that he has. This is a brand new truck for Simtech Racing Incorporated. They entered 2 tests over the offseason, pretty much were dead last in both, so they're going to have to hope and pray that their speeds can improve for this Jacob Company's number 32 truck. Scott Roush back there as well as the field starts bunching back up here. Eli Bright making another move at it. Cody Goforth in the 27 up here in the top 4 positions. So he's making a move. Dylan Young in the 25 now into the top 5. Both KGM trucks are in the field in this one. You see that number 90 back there with the pink stripes on that like sun on the back of the car. These two just trying not to crash the trucks, but still getting some good runs currently here. Jay Jefferson, though, pulling away in that 48 truck, and it looks like he's trying to just drive away and go on and win this thing. Bright has some momentum if he can handle it, but does he have orders to stay behind Jefferson or just help him stay up front? Because Jay, again, crashed the truck. This is a backup truck, and they put the same setup on it, and he's still out front flying. So if he did not go around in qualifying, he could have easily taken the pole position. Right now, he's just trying to get that 3rd spot for this race as he leads the field as they go around. Cody Goforth has cleared himself into 3rd, pulling on away. That's going to be Dylan Young into the outside wall back there in the 25. It's just so tight when you get through the tri-oval going 3 wide. It's really hard in these clunky wide trucks to keep it up there and not hit the wall, because you could just get you could just basically run into someone on the inside line. So Young now trying his best to hang on to the front pack. You see that 3-car pack further back as they're trying to hang on, but 3 wide up here. That should probably be easy for Young to catch back up with how much they're slowing each other down going 3 wide. Middle of the pack is going crazy too. 3 wide race and Kukulon on the very outside. Up front, though, you see the top 7 have now broken away to a single file run as they're just pacing on around here at the end of this as we come over the halfway point. A couple laps ago, we're on to lap 12. 8 laps to go here at Daytona, and right now the top 7 have gotten single filed out, all behind Jay Jefferson as the second pack back here begins to battle. Rainey looking to the inside of Maxwell Fye. You got the 90 and 41. Those are satellite partners there. Angiato in the 41 of Anderson Reed. The 90 of Casey Mears as Roger Ray looked to the inside. Now Downey's going to try to get a run to the inside with him. Johnson pulls up on the outside of Ray, trying to get that momentum. Not going to happen, though, as here comes Downey to the inside of Goforth, and it's looking to be a Dodge top 4 if they can handle it coming off of the corner. Goforth and Austin Johnson on that outside line, trying to make something work, as now Downey leaves Ray to the inside line. Allison's going to jump down to the inside line as well. Top 7 have pulled away. This second pack now, as they are racing, is starting to lose the touch of the top 7 racers, as they've gotten pretty much single filed out and we're racing on around. This might be able to help them, though, with these guys battling further up, as now Luke Rainey in the 71, another driver who had to go to the back due to a mechanical failure in qualifying. He's inside the top 10. So that puts all the drivers who had issues on their qualifying run, Rainey, Goforth, and Jefferson, now all inside the top 10 as they run here in the duels with 7 laps to go. I believe 6 laps to go this time by. But Jefferson out in front, Brighton second. Third is Roger Ray, 4th Downey. That's 4 Dodges up front, 2 TSR, 1 Angiato, and 1 CFRO. Angiato and TSR announced an alliance partnership this season, so these top 3 are all under the same alliance, and that's big for Dodge. 2 of the top teams in the NSDCA, and some great satellite partners to each of them with KGM and Coors Light Racing. They have some speed up here for Dodge, ready to lead them into this 6th season of the NSDCA. Ray now moves his way into second around Eli Bright. Irving Allison making a move back there. Alex Peters on the inside with Austin Johnson. Looks like Dylan Young has lost the pack, so heartbreak for him as he hit the wall, scraped the wall down the front. He has now lost the pack. That second pack of Roush, Edson, and Buttersworth might be able to catch him. Eric Monaco in jeopardy of losing the front pack. Matthew Eves back there as well. So the field's pretty much gotten mostly single-filed out except for a couple pockets in this race. Bright going back to the inside of Ray. That's the battle for that second position. Irving Allison, Austin Johnson rounding out your top 5. Alex Peters is up there as well. He's in the battle. Peters led this race 22 laps last season in the Crown Royal 300. Lost it to his teammate Zachary DeLello, but he still came out with a top 5 finish. Went on to win Auto Club, and then the team just took a nosedive after that. Neither Zachary Racing truck made the chase last season. They're trying to change that this year. The Advent Health 45 and the Advent Health Duels, he's trying to go up there, try to win this race for the sponsor, but right now a top 5 run. Nothing to scoff at for this 45 team. And Maxwell Phi, last season did not do much for BGM. Wasn't even up front in the super speedway races, I don't think. In the 16 truck. Matthew Brown now in the 16 truck, and you see him back there in that blue and white car on the outside line at the back. But Maxwell Phi doing everything he can. He wants to keep a ride at BGM. It's a strong team. He's ran decently with it. I mean, his point standing wasn't much, but BGM's point standing all the time isn't much. He's right now in the 4th position, running up here with BGM equipment. Of course, in that new alliance partnership with Toyota, or a satellite partnership, I think, with Toyota and that 01 team. Nice to see Butcher Gatorade Motorsports getting the love that they need to try to be a top-tier team. Alex Peters, though, in the 45 is moving his way into second. Kukulon and Perez back up here. Goforth there as well. This front pack's converging. Eric Monaco starting to lose the draft, but Jay Jefferson has absolutely pulled away. That 48 truck looks like it doesn't even need draft to pull away here at Daytona. And now Alex Peters in that 45. He's trying to hang on and get right to the back bumper of that 48 truck, but Kukulon is going to throw a wrench into those plans. He wants to get up there and battle. These guys are just dogfighting for second. That's what let Jay almost win the clash until Austin Murray drove up and right past him. We'll have to see if someone can pull the Austin Murray strat and drive up with some teamwork, get past that 48 here in these 3 final laps as we come around this time by. The bottom 4 have pulled away. A couple of these guys probably don't want to crash their trucks. Simtech and Ditech, this is a big investment for both of those teams. Simtech, I guess, of course, brand new. Ditech just doesn't want the hit in the equipment. KGM, that wasn't the plan for the 25, but after hitting the wall, losing the draft, he's back here now. And Archibald Buttersworth, probably just riding it at the back, doesn't want to cost SBR another R&D truck. Here comes the Dodges right back up. Kukulon for Sauber Racing Team. Gatlin Downey or Jose Perez for Gatlin Downey Incorporated. Maxwell Phi's up here, and here comes Gatlin Downey as well as Alex Peters is going to go down, throw the block on him. Anderson Reed's bringing that 41 back into the pack. He's trying to move his way on up. Luke Rainey in the 71 on the outside as they get single file up front again right behind Jay Jefferson. It's a choo-choo train up for the top 7 positions as Rainey's now up inside there, and Anderson Reed moving his way into 8th. Casey Mears is going to get blocked by Irving Allison further back, but you see this front pack now top 8 single file as Alex Peters is going to be the one to try to make the move on Maxwell Phi. That's for that 4th position as the top 3 Dodgers are going to pull away. Downey's number 35 of Jose Perez right on the back of Kukulon, and that's going to be the move for that. 2 laps to go here at Daytona. Here comes Jose Perez in the 35 looking. Alex Peters, Anderson Reed, Irving Allison trying to get the momentum, but that 48 is just too strong when he gets out into the race lead. Kukulon in the 20 back there in that 3rd position. He's still waiting. Does he make the move on Perez? Do these guys think that they can pass Jefferson if they work together, or will that 3rd or 4th guy in line try to just get up there and finish second to Jay Jefferson? Coming out of the corner, coming to the white flag. As Jefferson pulls away, Perez has Kukulon all over the back of him. Kukulon's going to leave him. That's going to be Alex Peters in the 45, possibly going with him as well. Anderson Reed in the 41 is down at the bottom. Now Peters looks to the inside of Kukulon. I don't think that's going to happen, though, no, but they are going to leave Jose Perez out to dry in that 35 truck, and that's going to lose him some time. Here comes Kukulon. He might have a run coming off the corner, but will he be able to make the move on Jefferson? Coming down the back for the final time here at the Advent Health Duels at Daytona. Kukulon has some momentum, but is he close enough to make the move? Is he confident enough? Reed's going to look to the inside of Peters, and I don't think that's going to be anything. Very little passes can happen off of turn number 4 when you're single file and coming off of the corner. Kukulon on the right behind him. Reed now into the third position, but Jay Jefferson's going to come down the front straightaway. He will take the victory in duel number 1 here at Daytona. The field shuffles on by, and Jay Jefferson will take the third position starting order here for the Crown Royal 300 this weekend. Jefferson 20th to 1st, 5 laps and never lost the lead. Kukulon tried at the end. Anderson Reed came back to finish 3rd, so I think that 41 truck might have speed in it here at the end. Alex Peters comes home 4th. Maxwell Fye, a great finish in 5th. Luke Rainey for Toyota Racing Development. They are full-time this year with Rainey. He will be 8th in the heat. I believe that'll start him 14th on the grid, or 13th on the grid, as Anderson Reed did finish ahead of him. Further back, Gatlin Downey getting the CFRO colors, a top 10. Cody Goforth fighting back to an 11th position. A bit of a heartbreak for Austin Johnson, only 14th. A couple other guys at the back there as well. The 16 of Matthew Brown, 15th. Matthew Eves, 16th. Eric Monaco fell off the back. He finishes 17th, and the rest of the field goes. Dylan Young actually finishes last. Heartbreak for that. But Jay Jefferson wins heat number 1 here at Daytona. We will go ahead, get ready to see duel number 2 as the field comes down back into their pit stalls, and they will take those trucks behind the wall, get them prepared for the Crown Royal 300. Jay Jefferson wins duel number 1. Let's move on to duel number 2. As the clouds have rolled in over the Daytona International Speedway, we head on to duel number 2. Another 21 drivers, another 20 laps. We will go ahead down trackside to get the commands to fire the engines here at the Advent Health Duels number 2.
Drivers, start your engines.
With that, the engines are fired for duel number 2 here at Daytona. Colton Lane moves to Monster Motorsports. He starts on row 1. Alongside him, one of the few trucks that can pass Jay Jefferson in the field, Alex Benyako in the number 83. Riley Spurleytube sits in row number 2. Alongside him, Christian Vargas, who put up an absolutely astonishing time for Silver Wolf Racing, getting use out of those old Mercedes that Mercedes Autosport had. Noah Kim's team now trying to make the show and finish up front here in duel number 2. Aiden Smith, the controversial rookie for Monster Motorsports, coming out of the Molson Modifieds, he starts 5th, and Cody Smart, moving over to Rockstar Energy Racing, starts in 6th. Jesse Turner, with a deal between Anjado and Ditech, gets him an Anjado truck. He starts 7th, and Zachary Fitzwater moves back to Fitzwater Australia Racing, starting 8th. Stephen Wallace Jr. gets his CFRO ride in 9th, and Zachary DeLello will be driving the 53 this season. He starts 10th. In 11th is Antoine Smith in the 00 Kroger truck for Shade Burkhardt Racing, and 12th, Colton Yo in the part-time TSR entry. 13th, Kev Shearer in a deal between RER and SBR. And 14th, Noah Kim, Ford Performance Racing, scoring a charter this season, hoping to get themselves full-time, not with 1 driver, but with 4. Peter Onjak back in the 44, and Ethan Head in the 17 with his interesting paint scheme. Brandon Morris moves to Shepherd Racing in the 89 truck on his return with Valvoline, and Joseph Strigley scores a new sponsor for his team in CIBC. 3 trucks had to go to the back. Logan Bradley and Austin Murray both had mechanical failures in the 57 and 91. And Vince Freeze, a late entry, did not run qualifying. Monster Motorsports brought out one of their backup trucks. They put it on the grid to get 42. Colton Lane and Alex Benyako lead us down. It's another 20-lap event here for duel number 2. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Who will be able to take home the victory and start 3rd for the Crown Royal 300? The outside line does not get going behind Vargas, but Benyako really does. Now, Jesse Turner's going to go 3 wide on Stephen Wallace Jr., or at least try to do so. Not going to happen. DeLello gets shoved 3 wide. Now Benyako has no help on the outside line, but he's fighting anyway. Vargas really stacked up that outside line, and now they're 3x3 further back. Now, Stephen Wallace Jr., Riley Spurleytube looking to the inside, but Spurleytube has no help really down there. Now Benyako has Lane and Aiden Smith up there. Lane goes back to the bottom to block into 3 and 4, but Alex Benyako trying to fight his way on the outside line. Stephen Wallace Jr. in that 98 now inside the top 5. And look at Antoine Smith already in the 6th position. That's the power of the inside line here at Daytona. The outside line still can work, and you can still tuck back in. As you see, Benyako might be able to tuck in between Smith and Stephen Wallace Jr. there as they come down the front straightaway. Top 4 really push together, and that will allow Smith to be cleared. Look at Jesse Turner on that outside line trying to put a charge with very little people up there, and he's actually going to try to make a pass on Aiden Smith coming down the back. Smith's going to throw the block, though. Here comes Benyako back to the inside. Spurley Tube all over the back of Colton Lane as Stephen Wallace Jr. is up here in that 98. And these are the trucks that we think could beat Jay Jefferson. No one was able to beat Jefferson once he got in the race lead, but the 60, the 28, 83, some of the fastest, the best trucks on the grid, these are the guys we think that could topple Jay Jefferson's reign in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Of course, Riley Spurleytube for TSR as he's going to make the move on Colton Lane side by side for the race lead down the front, and Spurleytube trying to sweep the duels for TSR as Stephen Wallace Jr. is actually going to make it 3 wide on Lane. This truck is the old 88 truck from last season after Mid-South Automotive closed. This is a strong truck, a strong driver looking to do it, but Alex Benyako is the leader of the Shade Burkhardt racing team. He's going to get a run on Spurleytube, and that's going to be the battle now for the race lead. Benyako has been hailed as the lead for SBR. Last season, he did not make the chase. Irving Allison did on a wild card, but Alex Benyako actually beat him in the point standings heading into the chase. He finished 9th out of 9th, just I believe 8 points out of making the chase for the Crown Royal Truck Series Championship. Stephen Wallace Jr., though, he's up in 3rd. A great run for him so far. North Border Motorsports gave up on his charter. It was or gave up on his contract. It was a 1-season deal with CFRO. Now he's back in CFRO's number 98, the only full-time driver for CFRO, but both him and the 94 trucks running full-time. Of course, the 94 running with multiple different drivers this season. Spurleytube trying to mount the charge back on Alex Benyako. Top 4 now gets single-filed out as Antoine Smith joins up. Logan Bradley, 2 seasons ago, stood here in Victory Lane in the CFRO number 94. He moves to Zachary Racing after CFRO got done with his crap, finishing 34th for most of the end of the season races. Most of the chase, honestly, I believe was all outside of the top 30 for CFRO. So we'll see this year if it was the driver or the equipment holding back that number 57 for Logan Bradley this year. Kev Shearer all over the back of him. Austin Murray had a mechanical failure. He's another driver. The 4th and final driver we think that could topple Jay Jefferson this season. Austin Murray moving from one powerful truck to another. He drives for the GMC team, Pedal to Metal Racing, and will be driving the Cup car for Pedal to Metal Racing as Logan Cloud retires from the NSDCA. Noah Kim in the 76 working his way on through. Does not want to crash the truck out for Cody Goforth's Ford Performance Racing. Brandon Morris in the 89 right back there. Colton Yo as well. Ethan Head. Couple trucks falling off of the back as Riley Spurleytube's going to make a move for the race lead. Antoine Smith goes against it, and he's going to go with that Toyota loyalty as Logan Bradley goes to the inside with Spurleytube. It's 2 SBR Toyotas versus Spurleytube, Bradley, and now Stephen Wallace Jr. That outside line is very poor through 1 and 2, but down the back in 3 and 4, it could get up there and make some moves. Spurleytube, though, in the 28 trying to hang on. He's going to go up and clear Benyako as him and Antoine Smith will get a run down the back. Going to the helicopter cam up front is Turner. Kev Shearer working their way around. Kev is actually going to fall back on that inside line. Here comes Logan Bradley in the 57 down to the inside, and he's going to try to take that race lead coming off of the corner as they rush off of turn number 4 here at Daytona. Bradley's going to go up, block Spurleytube. Now Turner looks to the inside of Stephen Wallace Jr. They're going to be 3 wide coming through the corner. Antoine Smith goes 3 wide on Benyako. DeLillo's trying to go 3 wide on Austin Murray. And now Stephen Wallace Jr., that middle line looks like that's going to fall back. Now they're stuck on the outside. The powerful truck's almost 4 wide back there between the 53, 60, and 91 as Morris brings himself in here. Noah Kim is coming up, but that inside line now starting to pull away from the outside. Spurleytube, Benyako, and Murray, and Lane now being swallowed by the pack. Out in front, though, is Logan Bradley. Again, Crown Royal 300 winner from 2 years ago. Happy to be here. Did not run too hot in the Clash, but in this truck, it's a much more powerful equipment because it's not as equal as the trucks or as the Cup cars will be this season. But now he's out in front. Jesse Turner 2nd, and Kev Shearer, a nice face to see up there. He's in 3rd for Rockstar Energy Racing as they run. Stephen Wallace Jr. in the 98 trying to get around Spurleytube for the 4th position. Antoine Smith back there as well, but the top 3 now getting single-filed out. Vince Freeze in the backup number 03 that they brought out. They slapped an Order of the Arrow paint scheme on it, put it all white. He's now currently running last as he is running all by himself in that 03 truck. I don't think Diego really wants to tear up a truck currently. Christian Vargas, This is heartbreaking to see for Silver Wolf Racing. Again, qualifying is not what determines the field other than the front row. It's the duels that do here at Daytona. And he goes from starting 4th in this heat, could have been 8th if this was a regular qualifying session if he ran that time. It looks like he's going to start maybe 40th now in that 18 truck as he runs at the back. Zachary Fitzwater, Joseph Strigley also at the back. Strigley was the slowest truck to make a lap without any mechanical failures, but he's just barely hanging on to the field right now. Aiden Smith has also dropped to the back. Heartbreaking there. Cody Smart there as well. Up front, they're starting to get single filed out as Alex Banyako, Riley Spurley to attempt to get themselves back through the field. Jesse Turner's going to pull up to the back of that 47. Will he make a move into turn number 3? No, he won't. I don't think Turner wants to really screw up his opportunity. He's happy to be in the Onge Auto equipment. This is competitive equipment. Not to say Dytex Mountain Dew Custom Series team isn't, but outside of Super Speedway Racing, they've only gotten 1 win with William Duncan at Watkins Glen last year. So that 29 car in the Mountain Dew Custom Series is pretty poor in comparison to the other equipment he's driving, but this Onge Auto truck, sure, to give him some competitive equipment, competitive runs this season. He's up in 2nd right now as they head on through, and now most of this field, the whole field outside of Alex Banyako, looks like the whole field outside of Banyako just teamed up against him because they are all single file. Now Spurley to makes a move. Banyako, he doesn't want to sit around and wait. He wants to make this entertaining for the fans, and he wants to get up there and try to win this duel. Dives to the inside of teammate Antoine Smith in the 00. Noah Kim up here inside the top 10. Kev Shearer now fighting Riley Spurley for that 3rd position as Kev's going to get him run off of the corner, try to clear Spurley, and he will. A great outside line push by that 24 car gets him into 2nd. But this field's starting to kind of spread out a bit. Now in mid-pack, they're starting to battle as Kim, DeLello, they're racing. Peter Onjak's trying to get around Brandon Morris. Colton Lane in the 60s is going to bring himself back up. But this field looking to be a bit more calm than the 48 truck. However, we've actually seen some battling for the race lead here, so we'll see if that'll continue. Spurley Tube now on the inside line. No help whatsoever. But I think Alex Banyako is trying to get that 28 back up to the front. These two know that they are fast, and I think if they hook up, make some moves to get up to the front, they could be unstoppable here at the end of this duel, but they're just biding their time. Now Turner looks to the inside of Bradley. Will he have enough momentum to get up there alongside? No, he won't, but that'll shove Kev Shearer out of the way. Banyako falls away from Spurley Tube. Now Noah Kim all over the back of the 83 truck. Banyako's going to block that, and here comes Riley Spurley Tube in that 28. He doesn't just want that 3rd position. He wants 2nd from Turner, and here comes Banyako back in that 83 with some power on the inside. Noah Kim in the 76 hooking up with probably the right person here is Antoine Smith. Looks like he's going to jump down, try to go with that SBR team, and he's going to leave Kim a little bit slow. He's going to leave him to the bottom, try to hook up with Alex Banyako as Stephen Wallace Jr. is going to put himself into that inside line run. Turner and Shearer starting to drop back, but Spurley Tube all over the back of Logan Bradley as they come off of turn number 4. Now Spurley Tube trying to make that move. That outside line starting to pick up some momentum now as there is just no power on that inside. It's Banyako and pretty much no one else down there. And again, he will be left alone. Antoine Smith falling back, so Alex is going to have to tuck in behind Kev Shearer. Top 3 pulling away. That's Logan Bradley, Spurley Tube, and Turner as Shearer, Banyako, and now Noah Kim trying to pick up the pieces, bring themselves into the race lead. Spurley Tube, a very strong truck, might be able to get some momentum if Turner doesn't leave him, and Turner will leave him coming down the back. So Jesse Turner in the 47 trying to make some moves. No drafting help down there. Spurley Tube clears him on the outside. Top 5 single file as they go 3 wide for the 6th position. Antoine Smith knows that Alex Banyako needs some Toyota help up there. It's just him. Ethan Head hasn't been competitive this race. Neither is Brandon Morris. Head is still just getting into the top 10, but him and Morris have not been inside the top 10 for this race like Banyako and Antoine have. Now Banyako looks to the inside. Turner's going to look to the inside, so Banyako now going to try to get around Kev Shearer. That's going to bring Antoine Smith and that Toyota power in the 00. They're going to hook up. Maybe they'll be able to catch up into this top 5, make some moves towards the race lead. But as they go, Antoine trying to clear Kev. Alex is going to pull on up, and he will clear him. Kev Shearer is an SBR driver, so maybe these 3 will work together. Noah Kim just at the back of that in the 76 truck, but up front now, Logan Bradley continuing to lead this race. 6 laps to go this time by as they go there, and Spurley Tube and Banyako get a big run off of the corner. Look at them up to top and the bottom. Antoine's just going wherever they can. And now Spurlytube's going to get to the inside of Turner. Here they come, and this is not what Logan Bradley wanted to see. Benyaka, where do they go? Antoine Smith is going to leave Alex to the outside. It looks like he got confused there and just got a late move there. Now Benyaka, can he slot in before Kev Shearer and that pack catches up to him? He's going to try. No, he won't. He will not be able to, as Noah Kim and DeLello are going to jump to the outside. That might leave Kev hanging out to dry with Antoine Smith down there. But Spurlytube now into second. This is not what Logan Bradley wanted to see. He has two fast trucks behind him that could be able to move him out of that race lead. And now Kev Shearer a little slow on the inside. Ethan Head going all the way top to bottom there in that 17 truck as this pack is starting to catch back up together. Kev Shearer kind of stacking up that inside line. And now Benyako back on Riley Spurlytube. Antoine Smith is going to jump down with Alex. And here comes the TRD power. I think he just wanted to be the one pushed into the race lead by Alex Benyako. And here comes Antoine Smith and 83 of Benyako, the TRD SBR drivers. Coming off the corner, Antoine goes up, back down. Where is he going to go? Is Alex Benyako going to go up in front of Riley Spurlytube and try to get some momentum? Those are your top four now, right behind the 57 truck of Logan Bradley. Bradley's not only a CR300 winner, this truck went to Victory Lane last season in the Crown Royal 300. Benyako lays off. I think he's trying to get a run on this field, but really slow coming off the corner. Now Antoine Smith all alone with Logan Bradley for just 4 more laps. Benyako really backed it up. I think he's trying to tell Spurlytube, we got to get going. We got to get some momentum to get around these guys, but I don't think Spurlytube's going to agree with that. No, Benyako will be back down to the bottom. Noah Kim up here, Zachary DeLello, Austin Murray. The top two might just be a sitting duck now. Antoine Smith and Logan Bradley, as Smith is trying everything he can to get around that 57. Benyako, Spurlytube, and Kim coming down the back. They are the three right now leading that group. Aiden Smith has now started to drop off the back of the pack as well. Vince Freeze pacing on around. Srigley, Vargas, and Fitzwater falling back. Aiden Smith doing everything he can to desperately hang on. But now we got 6 trucks in a line coming down the front straightaway. DeLello going to peek on out, trying to get Austin Murray to get up there and clear with him. 3 laps to go in duel number 2 as Antoine Smith in the 00 is trying to get up there. Here comes Benyako and Spurlytube. They're going to have some momentum coming down into turn number 2. They might catch him at the wrong time, though. But if they can get some momentum coming off of the corner, this could be big for Antoine to try to shoot around that number 57. And here comes Benyako and Spurlytube. They're going every which way they can. Spurlytube looking to the inside of Benyako. Now Benyako is going to get that momentum, switches it up on Spurlytube. He's going to look to the inside of Antoine, and he's going to move Antoine out of the way. Now here comes Alex Benyako into the second position with just 2 laps to go in the Advent Health Duel number 2. Spurlytube to the bottom. Noah Kim is fighting that 76 truck up here. He's trying to get a good finishing spot, but Benyako now catching and trying to pass Logan Bradley in that 57 truck. Spurlytube side by side with Antoine Smith. That's for the second position. Zachary DeLello moving his way into the top 5. He is the driver who took that 57 to Victory Lane in the CR300 last year. Now Benyako has some momentum. He's going to have a run coming off of the corner, and he jumps to the inside. Tries to get to the inside. I don't think it's going to work that time. And now Spurlytube right back there. I think that was Benyako trying to say to go, and he's going to go. Here comes Alex Benyako looking for the race lead on Logan Bradley. 3 wide through the field back there. Murray and Head making it 3 wide, but Alex Benyako on the inside. Spurlytube on the inside, trying to hang on over Logan Bradley as they come off the corner. Bradley with a big run off of the corner. He's going to try and take that race lead. 1 last lap to go here at Daytona Duels. Now Austin Murray, the winner of the clash, is trying to get that 91 into Victory Lane here at the Duels. Benyako now will not have the opportunity. The inside line's going to power past him. Logan Bradley, again, could be a sitting duck out there, but I think he might have built up such a big momentum over Alex Benyako. This might be the race win there for Logan Bradley as they come down the back. Murray has some momentum. Now Jesse Turner looking to the inside of Zachary DeLello. Murray, will he be able to catch coming out of 4? It's going to be hard to get a move done coming off of 4, but if he carries enough momentum, he could get up there and try to win this race. It's not going to happen, though. Logan Bradley in the 57 is going to be able to defend. Hang on. He will win at Daytona. Logan Bradley wins duel number 2. Austin Murray in that 91 from the back to the front comes home second. Benyako tried, just couldn't get any grip on the inside line. Him and Spurleytube got tight coming off of the corner, lost them a lot of time, and that's what cost it there. Benyako wanted to go a lot of times, but just no one would go with him. He comes home P3. Spurleytube 4th, DeLello 5th. Antoine 6th, Jesse Turner, great run for him in 7th, but look at Noah Kim. This is going to be the first race outside of the outside of the Molson Modifieds that he will be able to qualify for, at least in the Crown Royal Truck Series. He will roll off in the 8th position, 16th actually, I believe 14th or 16th in the actual qualifying results, but he comes home in the 8th position. Ethan Head 9th, Kev Shearer 10th, great runs for them. A bit heartbreaking for Colton Lane, only 11th in that 60 truck. Aiden Smith back in 17th for Monster Motorsports. And last, the 42nd driver on the grid will be Vince Freeze, and that 03 truck was just really slow. But Logan Bradley held on a pretty good margin. As we said, the duels, they didn't really matter. They were just setting your qualifying position. They weren't really setting, they weren't really for points. They weren't really for who could qualify for the race. All 42 in, so maybe that's why no one really tried to make a move other than Benyako for the race win on Bradley. But it'll be interesting to see what'll happen in the 40 laps of the Crown Royal 300. We thank you guys so much for tuning into both duels. The starting lineup will be posted in the Discord after the race. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.